What's good, man? Quinn Wade, Quinn Del coming to you with a quick video. I just want to make this one quick. Right now the Houston Rockets are the third seed in the Western Conference. James Harden is the lead leader in scoring, 27 points, 2 steals, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 86% from the free throw line, 38% from the 3-point line, and 45% from the field goal, which is all efficient numbers for a high volume scorer, which is very good. That he basically the only scoring playmaker. He do everything for this team, and his numbers. The only thing that's bad about his numbers, he get 4 turnovers a game, which is horrible. But he ever since he got in Houston, he averaged around 4 turnovers every game since he been in Houston. He been the primary ball handler, and when you're the primary ball handler and a primary scorer, you're gonna have a lot of turnovers because the ball gonna stay in your hands. The more the ball in your hands, the more times you can make mistakes. More times you make mistakes, the more turnovers you get. So with that being said, it's all this is how it's gonna go down. Now we got Steph Curry, we got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, all in the MVP conversation right now. And James Harden, I just want to make this video quick. He the number 3 seed in the West. They 3 games behind Memphis. Memphis just lost 1 game. Houston won 3 in a row. So if Memphis cannot hold on to the number 2 seed, which they should, or they could, like, I mean, you get 2 or 3, it's gonna be hard either way. The way OKC and San Antonio in the 8th and 7th seed, either one gonna be hard. But you prefer the 3 because you play against the Clippers. I rather play against the Clippers than the Spurs or OKC, to be honest. But you don't know how it's gonna be by the end of the season, so you can't really bet which one you want to get anyway. But if the Houston Rockets get the number 2 seed in the Western Conference, I have to say that James Harden automatically should be MVP because he's putting up better numbers than Stephen Curry. He's putting up almost the same amount of steals. He's putting up 7 assists. Steph Curry's putting up 8. He's putting up more points than Steph Curry, even though he's shooting more efficient. But Dwight Howard been injured over 20 games. And the Houston Rockets are still the 3rd best team in the Western Conference. I know the Houston Rockets got a whole lot better, but they not nowhere near the Golden State Warriors. They still got a player on their team scoring 20 points a game, and Klay Thompson. Then they got a whole bench that's scoring ridiculous amount of numbers. And then you got David Lee and Iguodala on the bench, Sean Livingston, Leandro Barbosa, Maurice Spates, all on the bench. Them all are rotation players on any team. But Houston Rockets, they best player right now, other than James Harden, is probably Josh Smith or Trevor Ariza. But they best player is Klay Thompson, Iguodala, and David Lee, who are starters in this league. So with that being said, if James Harden can get the number 2 seed with the Western Conference being the toughest conference, and his second best player on a team, Dwight Howard, which I thought James Harden and Dwight Howard was tied for the best player league last year, especially in that Portland series. Dwight Howard showed that he can be the best player because Dwight Howard was getting blocks, getting steals, and putting up 20 and 10. So I'm looking like Dwight Howard probably the best player on the team. Then you got James Harden this year showing he the best player on the team. So you don't really know, but at the time, Dwight Howard was an all-star. James Harden was an all-star. I didn't really know who was the best player on the team until this year. James Harden proved that he the best player. And I even looked on ESPN. They had James Harden ranked number 9 and Dwight Howard ranked number 10. So I don't know which order it was, but James Harden and Dwight Howard was right by each other. So it wasn't like a toss-up who was the best player on the team. This year, we know for sure that James Harden is the best player on the team, and he's MVP. So if he can carry this team to a number 2 seed, and he already number 3, Steph Curry had his team basically fully healthy for the whole year. And Klay Thompson only, I believe, missed 1 game. So it got to go to James Harden. I made this video and said Steph Curry shouldn't win MVP a couple months ago. And now I got to tell you the truth in my MVP update. James Harden should win MVP. If he don't win MVP, it's going to be like a steal. Like, this is going to be one of the worst MVP. Like, if Russell Westbrook get it or Steph Curry gets it, James Harden just needs to sign a petition. To be honest about it. Because there's no way James Harden cannot win MVP. The leading leader in scoring, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, a block, and shooting 45% and 38% from 3. James Harden has to win the MVP. That's all I'm gonna say in the video. If they can get the 2 or 3 seed with Dwight Howard missing all that time, just like Kevin Durant, they didn't get the number 1 seed in the West. The Spurs got it. And OKC, they still gave the MVP to Kevin Durant because he averaged 32, 7, and 5 on 50% shooting and 40% from the 3-point line. That's very crazy. But James Harden is carrying his team with Dwight Howard gone, and it's still a top 3 team in the hardest conference. You got to give James Harden more credit for that MVP. I can't see him not winning that award. Let me know what you guys think. Stephen Curry, Russell Westbrook been playing amazing. He is a top 5 player right now. Dwight Howard gone though, and he still got a better record than a lot of other teams like the Portland Trailblazers, who've been healthy. Dallas Mavericks, they've been on and off, but they still got a better team to me than the Houston Rockets. But Houston Rockets play better defense. That's probably why, though. That is why they play better defense. They got 2-way players. But James Harden should win MVP. Let me know what you guys think.